Alright, it's that time again to say good morning to you, Grenada, Carriacou, Petite Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Welcome to Good Morning Grenada for today, Tuesday. It is the 29th day of July, the year 2025. Gordon Joseph in your company, as always. So happy to be here. I hope you had a great night. I hope you got all the rest that the body needed, and you recharged to face today. Today is going to be another challenge. It's a challenging world. It's a challenging life. But believe you me when I tell you, you've got all that it takes inside of you to overcome and get through. Great things are in store for you today. You just gotta go out there and claim it. It's 26 minutes on to 7 o'clock. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning to you. How are you doing this morning? You know, I really miss the interactions via the Facebook page, but nonetheless, it's coming back up shortly. You know, you can bet on that. We're working assiduously on getting it resolved. Yeah. Now, there's something that I want to share with you. Now, a passenger traveling yesterday from Carriacou to Grenada by Osprey has reported losing a wallet containing cash and important documents, including a debit card. The matter has been reported to the police, but assistance from the public is urgently needed. Now, if that wallet is found, you can contact 404-5650. Again, the number 404-5650. The owner is currently unavailable, but unable to access funds and would greatly appreciate any help. Please share this post to help spread the word. All right. So someone was traveling via the Osprey yesterday, and they lost their wallet with a lot of cash and important documents, including a debit card. And they're really reaching out for your assistance on this. And if you have any information, you can contact 404-5650. Yep. I know someone is going to come forward and say, hey, listen, I've got the wallet. Here's the wallet. And maybe just by doing that, the owner of the wallet might just be generous enough and say, well, here's a tip for, assisting me. I've got important documents in there. I've got my debit card. I've got no cash. So be the good citizen that I know we are. Yeah. 24 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. Let's see what my friend sent this morning as it relates to our daily prayers. Prayer for Tuesday. It says, Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for this new day and the assurance that you are always working things out for our good. Father, please give us wisdom to see your hand at work in every situation and the courage to follow where you lead. May we find comfort and assurance in knowing that your grace is sufficient for our every need. Lord, we thank you for everything you are doing, have done, and are about to do. Please keep us safe and bless our family and friends who are in need of you. In Jesus' name, amen. We pray. And there's, he always sends two blessings for Tuesday. Okay. He will once again fill your mouth with a laughter and your life with a shout of joy. That's coming from Job 8, verse 21. Father God, as we begin this day, let our thoughts turn to you and ask your help in guiding us in everything we say and do. Give us the courage to face life's trials and not for troubles run. May we keep this thought in our mind. They will not or ere mine be done. Lord, blow and protect us. Bless and protect us, rather. The writing, the font is a bit technical. Lord, bless and protect everyone that seek you, need you, and believe in you. All glory and power to you alone. In Jesus Christ's precious and mighty name. Amen. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? All right, it's 22 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. Let's do this here. All right, nice.
This song,
a good day to have a good day in a good way.
To Lucy.
Yeah.
King.
The word of the day today. That word today is pertinent. 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 And it means relevant or applicable to a particular matter. Relevant or applicable to a particular matter. Pertinent. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. His question was pertinent to the topic being discussed.
Praise the Lord.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
So remember the word today, pertinent. Try using it today. Whether it's in your speech or in your writing.
Who make the birds to sing?
Pertinent. Pertinent.
Who was the
Relevant or applicable to a particular matter.
who gets you through the job?
Nice. 20 minutes on to 7. To all the online users of the platforms of Facebook.
No one else can.
Good morning, wherever you are, which part of the globe. Hope you're doing fine. Carrier Koo and PD Martinique, good morning.
Can do it.
Nadisha, how you doing? Nadisha, you're having me kind of shaky, you know. I need to balance myself. Reach out and let me know that you're okay, all right?
Can do it.
Good.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
The motivational tip of the day is up next.
Oh yeah. For every breath.
Petlin, how you doing? You all right? You and the family? Good morning to the Max Wins up in Munich. Urban Mason, good morning to you. Branny, you fall up. You and the family morning. Eric Galba, Daddy Mitchell.
Trouble comes your way.
Well, I was told that OT will be laid to rest on Thursday. I don't know how I'm doing this one, man. Nonetheless, be grateful for your challenges. Every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Be grateful for the lessons they provide. Amen to that. Amen and amen. Be grateful for your challenges because every challenge is an opportunity for growth. Be grateful for the lessons they provide.
Only Jesus alone can do it.
Trust him.
It's only Jesus alone can do it.
That's a nice song.
Only
Let's see what's buzzing this morning, boy. Yeah. All right, Grenada prepares for massive showcase as Active moves into day 2.
do it for me.
In the region, Trinidad attorney granted bail following a re-arrest. How could you be harboring a wanted murderer, man? You deserve to go to jail. As my good partner Waterproof said, the upholder is worse than the thief. So the man is wanted for murder, but you have him in your office. They should jail you. Come on. Committed murder, you know, pats up the young lady, put her in a bag and throw her in a pond, and you have him hiding in your office. That's craziness. Internationally, France and Germany lead downbeat to EU's response to US trade deal. And in sports, Grenada continues Windward Island Schools Games title defense in St. Vincent, and they're doing well. Team Grenada, that's the way to go.
Don't care how bad I don't lose. Don't ever get confused.
Good morning, Erlin. How is Erlin doing? Erlin, you okay, right? I hope you are, all right? I hope you're okay. Good morning, everyone. If you're joining us for the first time, those of you nationals coming home, returning,
Jesus alone can do it.
be safe on the nation's roads if you are driving. Remember, in Grenada, your right side of the road is the left, okay? Song's funny, right? Your right side of the road is the left. Oh my goodness. But please, drivers, practice road etiquette today, all right? Drive for you and the other person that's coming the opposite direction. Look out for the pedestrians. Even on Tuesday, you'd find folks who are intoxicated, all right? Because the season is open. So remember, in an accident, it's not just the people the person that got hit by a vehicle that is in problems. You too, the inconvenience of your vehicle getting damaged, or the hassle here and there with police and so forth. If you can avoid it, please do. Good morning. The AM edition of News Sports and the weather comes up after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Dreaming of a summer vacation? We can make...
If you are interested in reliable and efficient shipping, then look no further. Carib Connects is the one for you. Our main office is situated in Miami, which boasts one of the most advanced facilities with branches in most of the Caribbean islands, including Grenada. At Carib Connects, we offer you a timely and hassle-free shipping experience. Whether it's by air or by sea, our logistic team will ensure that you have a superb experience. We can take care of your small packages, full container loads, vehicles, dangerous goods, hazmat materials, and special loading. Our local branch is situated on the Carnage, right next to the fire station. Come in and have a word with our experienced staff. They are more than equipped to assist you with anything that you would need. We open from Mondays to Fridays, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can also get information at info@caribconnects.com. At Carib Connects, we are connecting you with excellence.
Distributed by Echo Blue Limited. Visit us on the Lansopine Main Road or call 405-4818.
Somebody go out to face it. We taking them back to basic. Carnage, this year go hard to face it. I'm here, the 25th, look out for Soti the General. I tell you, somebody go out to face it. We taking them back to basic because of that catastrophic. Carnage, go hard to face it.
Not there. Somebody go out to find your bad man. I know they on that. Somebody go out to face it. I tell you, somebody go out to face it. 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 Somebody go and shake it. You want one events and break it. Somebody go out to...
This is the GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, 29th July 2025. Coming up in the news, Grenada prepares for massive showcase as Active moves into day 2. In the region, Trinidad attorney granted bail following a rearrest. Internationally, France and Germany lead downbeat EU response to US trade deal. And in sports, Grenada continues Windward Island School Games title defense in St. Vincent. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Served Grenada for decades, we are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wiring accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some more pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada, St. George. Sudden Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Gordon Joseph with the details. Grenada is taking center stage this week as the 4th Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum, or ACTIV 2025, continues at the Radisson in St. George. Day one of the forum saw several major announcements, including a US $250 million commitment from Afri-Exim Bank to co-finance a new world-class hospital and medical city in Hope Vale. In addition to the hospital project, delegates welcomed the bank's broader US $3 billion investment pledged across the Caribbean, with focus areas including sustainable tourism, agribusiness, logistics, and energy. The event saw a direct charter flight arrive with hundreds of African delegates, symbolizing growing air and economic links between the two regions. Prime Minister Deacon Mitchell praised ACTIV as a vehicle turning promises into projects, while Afri-Exim Bank President Professor Benedict Urama said the Caribbean is no longer a peripheral partner but a strategic one. As the forum continues into its final day today, key sessions will include a special spotlight on Grenada featuring local institutions, sector showcases covering creative industries, renewable energy, and youth innovation, and dozens of business-to-business meetings aimed at translating dialogue into deals. In a landmark achievement for regional tourism, Sandals Resorts have become the first hotel group in the Caribbean to have all 19 of its properties certified by the Caribbean Public Health Agency CARFA with the prestigious Healthier, Safer Tourism Award. Alisa St. Paul Monroe is the Environment, Health and Safety Manager at Sandals Grenada.
It is a significant recognition for Sandals Resorts, as all 19 of our properties were honored, including Sandals Grenada. I am especially proud of our Sandals Grenada team for their dedication to timely reporting, consistency, training of our team members, and our strong partnership with our local health officials. We remain committed to setting the benchmark in tourism health and safety, and will continue to empower team members to ensure that we are always a healthier, safer destination for all.
The resorts underwent strict protocols, including confidential threat reporting and mandatory infectious disease prevention training for staff. The Healthier, Safer Tourism Award was launched by CARFA in 2020 and is backed by regional and global tourism bodies. Grenada is among a growing list of Caribbean nations seeing a rise in property sales driven by international interest in its citizenship by investment program. A recent BBC report points to a surge in demand for wealthy foreigners, particularly Americans, seeking second passports through real estate investment. In Grenada, a minimum of $220,000 in government-approved property can qualify applicants for citizenship. The Grenadian passport offers visa-free or visa-on-arrival access to over 140 countries, including the Schengen region, the UK, and China. The program has helped boost tourism-linked development and attract foreign capital, but international observers have raised concerns about due diligence and security risks. Still, interest remains strong, with real estate agents noting a steady increase in inquiries and sales. Two men accused of Grenada's 8th homicide for the year appeared before the St. George's Magistrates Court on Monday. The pair, an uncle and his nephew, have been charged in connection with a deadly shooting in Wall Street, Grandans, which claimed the life of a young man and injured others. 33-year-old warehouse attendant Kevin Bell and the 21-year-old warehouse clerk Daniel Bell from Coffeebow Hill are facing multiple charges, including capital murder, possession of a firearm with intent to commit capital murder, attempted capital murder, and grievous harm in connection with the death of Matthew Thomas of Golf Course. They appeared before Chief Magistrate Francine Foster at the St. George's No. 1 Magistrates Court, represented by attorney Jerry Edwin. The attorney says his clients are expected to be committed to the High Court for trial when the matter resumes on August 14th. The murder accused legal team will be applying for bail in the High Court and has requested full disclosure from the police. A third man, 24-year-old laborer Kyle Cyrus of the Carnage, is charged with attempted capital murder and multiple firearms offenses in connection with the shooting incident. That concludes the local segment of news. Stay with us. The regional and international developments, they are straight ahead. In the region, bail in the amount of $175,000 has been granted to Trinidad attorney Sheldon Mitchell when he appeared in the High Court on Monday, charged with conspiracy to obstruct justice. Mitchell's court appearance before Master Rihanna Hussein followed his rearrest on Saturday after he was initially ordered released by the High Court last week. He was first taken into custody on July 20th on suspicion of harboring the main suspect in a murder case. The suspect was allegedly found hiding in Mitchell's Sandy Grande law office. 3 young men were killed and 10 others injured at a popular night spot in the Turks and Caicos Islands in what authorities called the British territory's first mass shooting in recent history. At least 4 suspects were involved in the weekend shooting on the island of Providencialis, but no one has been arrested, according to Police Commissioner Fitz Bailey, who called it deeply disturbing. He called on the Haitian community to cooperate with police, saying some of them know how guns are being smuggled into the Turks and Caicos Islands. Looking further afield, leaders from Europe's 2 largest economies have led a chorus of gloomy reactions to the trade deal struck between EU chief Ursula von der Leyen and US President Donald Trump. German Chancellor Friedrich Merz said the agreement would substantially damage his nation's finances, while French Prime Minister François Bayrou said it was tantamount to submission. The reaction has been downbeat across the bloc, though several capitals acknowledged signing an uneven deal was worth it in order to avert an all-out trade war. It will see a 15% tariff on most EU exports to the US, half the rate threatened by Trump, in return for Europe buying more American energy and slashing taxes on some imports. And finally, United States President Donald Trump has re-upped threats against Iran just weeks after launching military strikes on 3 of the country's nuclear facilities. The statement on Monday was in response to Tehran's position that it will continue to pursue nuclear enrichment for civilian purposes, a red line for the Trump administration in earlier talks this year that fell apart when Israel launched a military offensive against Tehran in June. Speaking during a news conference in Scotland, besides the United Kingdom's Prime Minister Keir Starmer, Trump said that Iran was sending a very bad signal, very nasty signals. He swore the U.S. would wipe out Iran's nuclear possibilities faster than you can wave a finger at it. That concludes the regional and international news. Stay with us. The sports is up next. Morning, sporting fans. Grenada will today continue its pursuit of a title defense in the Windward Island Schools games being held in St. Vincent. Grenada made a strong start to the defense after amassing 317 points to win the athletics division over the weekend. The games feature sports like athletics, basketball, football, netball, and volleyball. Grenada followed up the win in athletics with a 7-2 win over St. Lucia in football. The team also completed a 51-28 victory in basketball. Now today we'll realize another full day of action. The Windward Island School Games is an annual multi-sport event for student athletes from Dominica, Grenada, St. Lucia, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It was relaunched about 13 years ago to rekindle enthusiasm and sportsmanship among students in the region. The games are intended to foster camaraderie among the athletes and encourage the development of the athletic talent. Well, sad news for cricket fans, Windies supporters. Australia, they put on a final display of their batting power to secure a 5-0 T20 international whitewash over West Indies. Team David and Mitchell Owen launched 7 sixes between them as the overall series tally ended as the second highest for a bilateral series, with Aaron Hardy then finishing the chase after Akil Hussain and had kept West Indies hopes alive. The victory was set up by an excellent performance with the ball after Mitchell Marsh had won his 5th toss, making it all 8 for Australia on the tour and declining the opportunity to have his side set a target. They claimed 3 wickets in the power play to set West Indies back and kept chipping away at the time at a stand threatened to turn the game. Now, Shimron Hetmyer and Jason Holder, they added 47 for the 5th wicket, and the former went to his first T20 50 since August 2023, but he fell the ball after reaching that landmark. The host West Indies were put into bat at Warner Park in St. Kitts and Nevis and managed 170, with Shimron Hetmyer hitting 52 from 31 as Australian bowler Ben Dwashas took 3 for 41. Now the West Indies were given hope of a win when they reduced Australia to 25 for 3, but Cameron Green, Team David and Mitch Owen got the side back on track. Australia's power play was hectic as Holder struck twice in his first over. Mitchell Marsh was cleaned up by a beauty from Alzari Joseph, and David bludgeoned 30 of 12 balls with 4 sixes, all inside 5 overs. From there, the asking rate was never an issue. It was just a question of whether West Indies could keep taking wickets. The chances took a blow when Alzari Joseph, limped out of the attack, and while Hussain was excellent, there were not enough runs to work with in the end. The T20 series defeat compounds a difficult time for West Indies, coming off the back of their 3-0 loss in the Test series against Australia. Australia bowled out the West Indies for just 27, the second lowest score in Test history and the worst since 1955 in the 3rd Test, and that led the Cricket West Indies president Dr. Kishore Shallow calling for an emergency meeting to review the series and final match in particular. So sad. But folks, that's the sports we've got at this time. We'll have more sports during our luncheon edition and at our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
The latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Jonathan Price at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Jonathan.
Good morning to you and good morning, listeners. Here is the weather for today, Tuesday the 29th of July, 2025, as recorded at the Mars Bishop International Airport. It is currently fair. The winds are coming from the east at 10 miles per hour. Barometric pressure is 1015.9 millibars, which is above normal and rising. Present temperature is 27.5 degrees Celsius and relative humidity 84%. Yesterday's maximum was 31.9 degrees Celsius and the minimum last night 27.4 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, only a trace of rainfall was recorded, hence the total for the month remains at 80.9 millimeters. And now for the public forecast for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique Valley for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, with brief isolated morning and nighttime showers during partly cloudy spells. Today's max will be 32 degrees Celsius, with winds east-northeasterly to east-southeasterly at 12 to 22 miles per hour, becoming variable to calm overnight. Seas will be moderate with waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Low tide will be at 1 p.m. and high tide at 7 p.m. Sunset will be at 6:34 and sunrise at 5:53. Just repeat the public forecast for today and tonight. The weather is expected to be generally fair, with brief isolated morning and nighttime showers during partly cloudy spells. From the forecast of Mars Bishop International Airport, I'm Jonathan Price. Have a great day.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. Have a great day yourself. Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited. It's 6 minutes after 7 o'clock to end the news, a recap of the headlines. Grenada prepares for massive showcase as active moves into day 2. In the region, Trinidad attorney granted bail following re-arrest. Internationally, France and Germany lead downbeat EU response to US trade deal. And in sports, Grenada continues Windward Island school games title defense in St. Vincent, and West Indies whitewashed by Australia 5-0 in the T20 International Series just completed yesterday. Folks, that has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, the 29th day of July, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere.
Remembering our past, reclaiming our roots, empowering our future. On August 1st, Grenada will rally with the Global African Diaspora to celebrate Emancipation Day.
Bring down the power of love, I say. Bring down the power.
Let us bring down the power of freedom as Grenville comes alive with exciting cultural performances, exhibitions, food, fashion, and great speeches on August 1st. The day celebrations commence at 6 a.m. with an emancipation breakfast at the Grenville car park. At 4:30 p.m., the traditional mass bands will assemble at Dunfermline and head for Grenville, while the school marching bands will leave Progress Park at 5:30 p.m. and parade down to Soubise for the spectacular Flambeau March into Grenville at 6:30 p.m. At precisely the stroke of 8, the spotlight shifts to the Grenville bus terminal with an action-packed program of cultural presentations from the National Performing Company, Spiceland dancers, Cultural Train, Lion Pride, Tivoli drummers, spoken word poets, and top local calypsonians. There will also be a special reenactment of the Emancipation Proclamation. So put on your African wear and come to Grenville in your numbers on August 1st and bring down the power of love and freedom as we celebrate our emancipation. Buses available nationwide. Contact your parliamentary offices.
Grenada, get ready. Faith Pentecostal Tabernacle presents Turning Point 3, August 30th at the Gateway Conference Center. Showtime 7 p.m. It's a captivating, hilarious, emotionally moving drama concert. Will Merlin finally get married? Can Sheila ever mind her own business? Will Danny or Uncle Raymond actually change? What really happened to Officer Brown? New to the story? Don't worry, Turning Point 3 gives you just enough backstory to pull you right in. Tickets cost $45 before July 31st. Available at gotofed.com, Grenadian Optical, Hills and Valley Pharmacy, and Gittins Pharmacy, St. George, Grandance, and Grenville. For the first time ever, you can watch from anywhere in the world. Just go to gotofed.com, click the pay-per-view link. Turning Point 3, August 30th at the Gateway Conference Center. Showtime 7 p.m.
A natural disaster can change your life in minutes. Preparation is the best protection for your family and business. Prepare now. Create a disaster plan and make sure everyone knows what to do. Store water, non-perishable food, and medication. Remember basic emergency supplies such as batteries and flashlights. Trim overhanging trees. If trees near power lines are unsafe to trim, call Grenlec at 237 for assistance or advice. Install surge protectors to safeguard your electrical devices against outages and intermittent surges. Make sure your generator has an isolation switch. It will prevent power from feeding to our lines and electrocuting others. For more information, visit grenlec.com.
Grenlec, energizing our Grenada.
Wednesday, August 6th, Concept Events, together with Flatlands Parkship and Print, present Pre-Day, Black and Bougie, featuring Telpre, the Jab Boss, and his Grenadian family. We coming through, a lot of people coming through. This is Pre-Day, featuring Tara the Governor. I said, we get them job, we go get them job. Muddy, Capital Jab, Boise. I don't give one boy, we don't do it. What's way? Nobody I know them others can't. Lava Man. Water Daddy. Vaughn and so much more. Wednesday, August 6th, the Grenada National Stadium. Gates open at 10 p.m. Showtime 11 p.m. Grenada, get ready. This is Pre-Day. Black and Bougie.
It's 12 minutes after 7 o'clock. At this time, I am happy to join Corporal Troy Paul from the Traffic Department of the RGPF as he gives us some update as to what's happening in the traffic situation in Grenada. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Good morning to you, and a splendid morning to all your listeners this morning, especially our drivers and those who are listening to the sound of my voice at the moment, and you're driving or you intend to drive at the moment. I want to bring to you some important traffic updates at this time. Our streets are relatively quiet at this moment. However, we're experiencing some rain in the southern part of the island, and it started a while ago, so I want to urge drivers, if you're driving along the road, to drive cautiously. We know what happens when outside is a bit wet, but nonetheless, you have a responsibility to make sure that you get to your destination safely. We know we expect a little build-up as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour, and we've seen yesterday and continuing that the traffic during the day is getting a little bit heavier as we get closer to the carnival season. So I want persons to be mindful that if you're traveling through the town, expect some delays as well. We also have some road closure. The road public road continues. The work there continues, so the road is impassable at the moment. So persons traversing from or along that road will have to use the Queenstock Ring Road. Also, the work continues along the Morris Bishop Point area, so persons can expect some delays. And what we have also in the south of the island is the Afro-Caribbean Trade Show, which is continues today, which started yesterday. So persons, remember, we have large convoys traveling through and from the southern part of the island, and we want you to be mindful that if you encounter some delays, that we have convoy moving. So please be mindful that the south of the island will be one of the busiest places during this week. So persons, please take note. We have scheduled work to start on Green Street, the same safe project, and our pipeline project, which will supposed to start this week on Green Street. So persons who are living in the area of Green Street expect to have some disruption, especially in the night, and we'll have some digging along that road, so the road would not be as smooth as it used to going forward. But however, once the project is completed, the roads will try to put them back to the original position. For the past 24 hours, we had a total of 7 minor accidents, and we continue to encourage drivers to drive safely. Yesterday, I told persons that we must be mindful as we get ahead to the carnival season, what we expect, especially if persons consuming alcohol, put down the mobile devices and so on. We want persons to have a safe carnival, but be mindful, drivers. We also have some disruptions, especially along the carnage, where we have to facilitate a lot of the heavier trucks, the gas trucks, and so on. So you may expect some delays through the day in the town of St. George's as well. So we want persons to drive safely. And if you have not left home as yet, for persons who are leaving a distant way and you're heading to the south of the island, please do so that you can arrive to work on time and safely. And the question we ask every morning to our drivers, if you're texting, then who's driving?
Who's driving? Thank you, Corporal. Have a good day and continue doing your outstanding work in the traffic situation in Grenada. I know your team, you and your team, you have your work cut out for you, but I know you're capable. You're up for the challenge.
Definitely we do. So. And we want persons to also be prepared for the upcoming shows. There we have some traffic diversion. And as we get closer to those events, we will publish the traffic routes or the traffic plan for those events. So we started with the Carnival Children's Frolic, which is coming up on Saturday. So as we get closer, we will let persons know the traffic plan for that event and all the other events that is happening along the carnival season. So again, thank you very much, and have a blessed day to you and to your entire team.
The pleasure is always ours here at the GBN. Thank you, folks. That has been the traffic report.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
On Wednesday, August 13th, it's Carnival Encore, the ultimate cool down at the Grenada National Stadium. The cool down village opens at 6 p.m. Showtime 7 p.m. It's full stage frenzy with massive performances from Cass.
No sweetness, she weakness, so she
Voice. And many more. Tier 1 Chill Zone tickets are just $125. Upgrade to the White Oasis Premium Village for $350. Or take it all the way with access to the exclusive Carnival Cabana Club. Email sunshinepromoeventsgd@gmail.com for more info. Carnival Encore. The vibes don't end until we say so. Wednesday, August 13th, National Stadium. Get your tickets now from GoToFed.com. Brought to you by Sunshine Promotions.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Welcome, viewers and listeners, to the first leg in the conversation this morning. It's 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. I'm joined by my good friend here, Miss Myrna Julian. She is the communications manager at the Grenada Solid Waste Management Authority. We have the programs that we run ever so often, and as it relates to waste management, all right, management, not necessarily just disposal or control. We're getting into deep management of your waste now. And especially now with the build up to the festive season, a whole lot of garbage and rubbish and people indiscriminately throwing out, I cannot believe, Myrna, good morning. Yeah?
Morning, Innocent.
I cannot believe that in this day and age, up to yesterday, I was driving behind a bus and someone threw out a Coke bottle from a bus. And I'm like really? In this day and age, they still have people who still do these things. Nonetheless,
It's happening this morning. Yeah, I mean, I see things. I mean, just recently I posted something on social media. I was on the beach and there was this lady with her 2 children, and when they were finished, all around was so clean, but when they were finished, they left everything. The snack box, the bottle, the tissue, everything was left there.
There's one word to describe it. Downright nasty.
Yeah.
If you behave like that outside, I would not ask you to, for a drink of water in your house.
Yeah. What do you expect of the children? This is the example you set,
Of course, it's annoying.
Yeah, and I saw a woman box a wrapper from a child. What are you holding on to that for? She want to hold the child hand, right? Instead of asking the child to put it, in a bin or something like that, you box it off. You understand? So what are we teaching our children?
So I know that GSWMA has a very tough task in helping to control waste on our island. Ever so often I say good morning to the guys who work on the truck. I usually refer to them as sanitary technicians because some people don't understand the significance and importance of their job. But could you imagine if no one is collecting our garbage? What would a place be like?
Yep.
So this morning we want to sensitize our nation on waste management, and I'll open up the floor for you.
Okay, good. So thank you so very much for giving the Solid Waste Authority the opportunity. Normally the 2 weeks prior to Carnival, that is at the height of activities, that is the authority, we normally focus on litter prevention, right? So we have a sustained week of information sharing, going out into the public and so on, giving information as it relates to prevention of litter. However, we've been doing that for quite a number of years, and given our mandate that of garbage collection, street cleaning, and management of waste at disposal facilities, we are beyond that right now. So we are moving to an integrated approach to waste management, and that it may sound big to some, but what it entails is that looking at every bit of waste that we generate and how we can extract value from those waste streams. So the authority, we are of course, throughout the world, landfills are outdated, and this is the direction in which we are going. We want to move away from landfilling waste. We've been speaking about the problem at Perseverance, and Dumfries now with the problem of Hurricane Beryl is almost overwhelmed with waste. So the onus is on us to see how best we can divert waste from our landfill facilities and get into waste processing. Whatever recycling can happen here, we would do. But currently, the direction of the authority is to extract value from waste. So we are getting quickly into waste separation, and during this week, rather than, yes, we into some of the shows and so on and advising people out to dispose of waste and so on, your rags, your flags and so on, they're not supposed to be on the ground, they're supposed to be, at least kept clean, right? But do not dispose them on the ground, etc. Those little statements, people know how they should dispose of waste. But at this time of year, when you also have increased commercial activities, we are focusing on sensitizing the commercial sector. So we are going into some of the businesses during this week. For example, today our staff, we all come together from the various departments except our landfill, where there is a waste characterization study on at this time. So all of the staff, we are going into the businesses. We are starting with the south this morning, then we are coming into the town of St. George, and the rest of the week we'll tackle all of the other towns in Grenada. And what we would be doing is to going into the businesses and getting their buy-in into our implementation methods for waste separation, which would really come into effect on the 18th of August. So we're starting off with the larger waste streams, so the cardboard, right, because we now have facilities at our Queen's Park Recycling Center for the processing of those waste types for recycling purposes. You would see us step up in terms of collection of the plastics at the shows and so on. You would have seen, I don't know if you had time to concentrate Sunday on our large basket bottle for the collection of plastic bottles and so on. So we are processing the plastics into bales and shipping off island for recycling purposes, as well as aluminum, so the aluminum cans, etc. So we are going to heighten awareness on what we are doing and how businesses, the large generations, institutions, the commercial sector, and so on, can assist us in terms of diverting waste from going to the landfill to our recycling facility. So we would facilitate a fair measure of collection for the smaller establishments, but for the larger, like say the malls and so on, we would expect them to put their systems in place for the collection and sending those waste types to the facility, appliances and so on. So we have had quite a lot of collaboration with some of the hardware establishments, the home appliance establishments and so on. So they are on board already and sending their old appliances, discarded appliances, etc., to the facility for processing, baling, and shipping off island. Equipment that would have been on Caracou for processing of the aluminum, the galvanized, and so on, and shredding of wood, is now on island in Grenada. We hope to make use of that in terms of really doing a cleanup, right, of the derelicts, etc. So we'd like people to commit to getting rid of those derelict items and not put up a fight for an item, that would have had, in the 70s and so on, that you would not be using again, it cannot be revived again, but have those disposed of, old derelict vehicles and so on, so that we can clean up. There are a number of public health issues that can emerge from having those in communities, have those, on your properties, etc. We want people to stay away from illegal dumping. You have things that can be processed and shipped off island, get value from it at illegal dump sites, drums and plastic barrels and so on. These can be shredded or they can be baled or processed and shipped off island. So it is about a holistic approach. It is about cleaning up your environment, collaborating with the authority in terms of the best approach, applying best practices for the safe disposal of same, and getting a little bit of value from what you do. Value for, in financial value as well as for the environment and for our own health.
Now, that's a very interesting point that you raised there. There is a measure of commerce that can be had from waste. So that in itself should be a stimulant. If people know that, the things that I'm just throwing on the side of the road, there could be some sort of financial remuneration for it, then that is attractive. So maybe that, because Grenadians like a deal.
Of course, there are a lot of businesses to be born out of waste, right? Even we hearing a lot when we participated in that conversation on sargassum, the EU Caribbean conversation we had last year on sargassum. Lots of businesses to be born out of sargassum. Even our organic waste. There's one business now that that is collaborating with an international institution, Recycle Organics, to do waste out of not waste, to feed, animal feed, as well as manure out of our organic waste, things that we throw, the banana peels, the grass, you name it. So I cannot understand why you would be driving along and you would see these loads and loads of black bags filled with grass on the side of the road for the garbage truck to take to the landfill and create the methane that is, that is causing either gas that causes fires on a landfill or contributes to, the depletion of our ozone layer.
I think the GSWMA is taking the bull by the horns by, I think, education, stimulating the nation educationally as to what can happen, because I cannot see why in this day and age people will be throwing grass.
Yep.
It's best for the land, the mulching, it aids in the aeration of the land and everything like that. So I think it's a good educational drive, reaching out to the schools more, doing what you're doing now, and it wouldn't bear fruits if you're doing it and people are not listening. So you have to ensure that they're listening. Hey, I'm talking to you. Listen to me. You understand?
Yeah.
And because it's Grenada is too small to be so garbage full.
Yeah. So in terms of reaching out to the public, the authority recognize that we need to do a lot more in terms of getting buy-in from the members of the public, given all that we are doing, the direction that we are going in terms of moving away from land. We want to clear up that Perseverance facility, both facilities, the old dump site and the new dump site, because we see the need to use those facilities, those locations, for the development of facilities for waste processing, maybe waste to energy and so on. There are prospects for waste to energy. Recent studies are showing that we can do it, right? Our waste stream is growing by it used to be 10% per year, but in our last, between 2023 to 2025, we grew by almost 15 to 16% more than the previous year.
Wow.
So we are growing in terms of waste generation. I'm not sure if it is because, there's no access to the Perseverance facility with the opening of the Molyneux Road, because I know that there was increased illegal dumping during that time. But we need to change, and in order to get that change, we need to continue to go into the schools. We had an environmental friendly school program that sort of went dormant because first there was a work to rule by teachers, then we had COVID. We could not, directly engage the students, so that we are looking now to beef up the communications unit of the authority with new staff, with new equipment, studio facilities, etc., so that we would be able to better be able to engage the public, right? And so that we can get more buy-in, more understanding of where we are going. We cannot continue to do things as we have been doing in the past. If we continue to do the same thing all the time, we cannot expect to be getting change.
Except you're a mad person.
Exactly.
Except you're mad.
Yes, and there's a lot happening, right? The waste stream has changed quite a lot. It's not just the organics, as it was 20 years ago, but we're into quite a lot of electronics now, digital devices. How are we treating with such waste streams when we see it negatively impacting communities or countries where there is no plan in place, right? And Grenada is growing quickly. We like to accept what we see, is new, what is bright, what is bigger, and so we have to go with the times in terms of waste management. We cannot continue with the old process of having persons digging through garbage and the landfill and so on. But what we have been doing is transitioning these people into our system, right, for waste segregation and so on. So you'd find them, right, because it is a challenge. You do not know what is in waste right now, and you do not want these to create a situation where people are taking things that are not fit for back into the community and causing, health problems, risks, etc. So we're taking a holistic approach in terms of addressing the challenges that we have had in terms of waste management, trying to look at all of the issues that we have. Currently, we are into legislative review. You talk about illegal dumping and people throwing stuff out of vehicles, etc., and nothing is happening. So there is legislative review happening at this time through a consultancy with support from UNEP, and we are hoping that after this legislative review, we can see a bit more in terms of powers with the authority. We're hoping that we would have some powers so that the recently established compliance unit would be able to do some enforcement. As it is right now, enforcement rests with the Ministry of Health and with the police. And these are two very heavy departments. You cannot expect the police to run when, So it affects us. So we believe that we have a critical role to play in terms of enforcement. So enforcement, education, putting the systems in place, a holistic approach, I think, is necessary, and having the right equipment and the establishment of systems for the use of these facilities to the best advantage for our country. And of course, critical is getting value from waste. And as I said, there are huge businesses to be born out of waste, and people just have to be creative. And I think that we're seeing that interest. We're seeing quite a lot of people coming on board. We have prospects for public-private partnerships established with institutions that are interested in waste processing. And with that approach, we can see certainly a reduction in terms of the quantities of waste going to our landfills, and of course diverting such waste to businesses, and of course getting some financial rewards from those.
I'm happy to hear these things, really happy. And one of the things that impressed me the most is the legislative reform. I think there should be some more powers in the hands of the Solid Waste Authority to, enforce certain things, certain measures,
I think that as we're going now, the compliance unit, it's a growing unit, and they are getting some work done in terms of doing the investigative work, doing the forensics and so on, to identify the culprits and so on, and getting them to clean up. But we really need the support where we're taking a few cases to court, right? And this is where I think we would have some success. I think that they're serious about what they are doing. It's a very serious team. They're police officers, former police officers. They're aware of the law. They're aware of what they're doing. And I think that with that sort of a support and adding to that unit, we have recently established a unit in Carriacou where we've never seen illegal dumping in Carriacou. And now with the passage of Hurricane Beryl, quite an increase in the instances of
Is it a case of the Dumfries landfill overwhelmed, so people, or maybe accessibility roads?
There isn't a problem with accessibility, because I think I traveled to Carriacou about 12 days after Beryl, and I was able to move right through Carriacou, So it isn't a problem of accessibility. I think that it is a problem of commitment, people shortcutting on their obligations to take it to the established facilities. We had 5 established facilities there, and they were all open for the public to use. However, we found that there were some who went to, dump it anywhere and that sort of thing. So we have established a unit in Carriacou, and they're getting very good results also. So, but we do not always want to be on the backs of our citizens. We want them to be committed. Let them understand the consequences, not the financial consequences on their pocket, but in terms of environmental, health, etc.
That makes more sense.
Yeah.
It touches home more.
Of course.
When you realize the negative implications that can be had from your malpractice, then you would realize, hey, I could be having my baby home.
Of course.
Yeah,
and Carriacou is big on tourism.
Yeah.
Has been big on tourism, and the people in Carriacou, they are aware of of the importance of tourism. So when you damage your product, it is bad for your economy and the benefits that can be derived from this. But I must say that Carriacou is nicely bouncing back. We've completed in terms of the processing of the waste that was located at the 5 facilities, removal from the 5 facilities. I think that there is, still a lot in terms of sweeping up the finer parts of, at those. And we do still have about approximately 7 container loads of metals to take back to Grenada. They're baled already just for package and shipping on to Grenada and shipping off island. What we're doing.
A lot of things are in store, and I know your team will be extremely busy this time around. I make this call to us as citizens to see the importance of proper waste management and disposal, because at the end of the day, Grenada belongs to all of us, and we cannot leave it solely up to a particular authority to keep Grenada clean. Cleanliness of Grenada, like tourism, is everybody's business.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just brighten the corner where you are.
Yeah.
If everybody brightens that little corner that you're on, then by virtue of doing so, Grenada will be clean.
Yeah.
So we all have our part to play.
Yeah. And just for this season, the carnival season, just like to reach out especially to the event organizers. You can reach out to the Solid Waste Authority. We do not know where some of you all are having your activities. We have met with the Spice Mass Corporation, but please, you can reach out to the authority to ensure that you put measures in place. We can assist you now with our large skips, etc., to place at your facilities for the cleanup and so on. Cleanup should not be left to the next person to come to use the playing field or the corner where you're having your activity, right? We can assist you. Reach out to us, and of course we'll be able to help you there. You're going out for carnival and so on, be mindful of what you're doing in terms of the waste that you generate, whether it's a small rag, whether it's a can or so on. Find the best means for the disposal of your waste. We would be placing the receptacles out throughout carnival so that you can use them. We have held meetings, I think, with over maybe 200 vendors through the support of the Ministry of Health in the past month. And I think that they understand what is required of them in terms of helping us to avoid the extent to which food waste is used. The containers, the cups, and so on are used. So the bar operators, whether it's a coconut vendor and so on, plan for the waste that you would generate, plan for the waste that would emerge from your operation, and ensure that you do your fair share in terms of educating persons on how the waste that would be generated should be disposed of. The businesses, you into stocking up and so on for the sale of your clothes, the whites and so on, right? The plastic bags and so on should not be placed out on the sidewalk in the night. Remember, we're also into the rainy season. We have rains falling, the cardboards and so on. They get lodged in drains. It sometimes makes life very difficult for street cleaners and our garbage collection contractors when we have to clean those things. It's not the time of year that our sanitation workers look forward to. Christmas and Carnival, it presents quite a lot of work for them. Let's try to make it, a little bit easier for them. They are human beings too. Okay, and in all that you do, please remember that you have a commitment to your environment, you have a commitment to your own health, and of course the economy of this country. Thank you so very much.
Mona, thank you very much. And I will be talking with the Solid Waste Management Authority. I think that I like the concept of reaching out to businesses and the schools. I'll come talk with you, or maybe I'll just take up that challenge. Folks, we take that break. We'll be back. When I come back, I've got my good friend Rhea Murray with me. We're talking GDB's 60th anniversary celebration. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home. Attention all divers, snorkelers, and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
Welcome back to the conversation. It's 11 minutes on to 8 o'clock. As I told you, I've got with me my good friend Ria Murray, communication consultant at the Grenada Development Bank, and the GDB is celebrating 60 years. Good morning, Mr. Williams. I think Mr. Williams is the longest serving member of staff there, right?
Yes, presently that is correct.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Williams. All right, and the entire team at GDB. Hazel, my good friend. Good morning. Secure. All right.
Okay.
How are plans? How are things rolling out with the celebrations?
All right. So we're getting to the climax or the culmination of the 60th celebrations of the Grenada Development Bank. And as I mentioned, the climax we're having this Thursday, the 31st of July. We close with a bang with our 60th, our GDB 60 Expo from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Esplanade Mall Courtyard. That is directly opposite the GDB, the Esplanade Mall Courtyard, and we will be bringing together businesses that we have funded over the years, that we have provided technical advice for, whether small business, whether the larger medium to large businesses that we have assisted over the years. Just bringing everyone together for two reasons: to show the impact that the GDB has had over the years, and also to put the spotlight on our partners, on the businesses that have trusted us over the years to get their funding and to get their technical advice. So we'll be teaming up to bring interviews live with the businesses that have partnered with us for the expo, to give the spotlight to them. And we're really excited because we have a number of businesses already saying that they will be there, including Belmont Estate, Mount Pure, we have Lux Treasures, so just to name a few. And we're asking them to come to our expo. They can bring with them their products for display and also offer special deals to passers-by. So we're really excited for this Thursday.
That is rather interesting. I mean, that is a way to show the fruits that the trees that were planted eventually bore.
Yes, and that is why the GDB is there. We, in terms of our mandate, is for economic development, to assist in the formation of businesses and through that providing jobs. But the main thing is that we want to ensure that businesses are viable and that we give them the tools that they need to continue to be successful in this environment. So we are looking forward to display the fruits of that labor, as you called it, looking back in the last 60 years and all the businesses that we have funded and we've provided technical advice for. So we're encouraging everyone to come out to visit the expo, visit the booths that we have set up, and just enjoy in terms of the fruits of our labor at the GDB.
That's awesome. And it just shows that GDB is actually living up to its mandate of supporting business growth and development, and by extension national development, because when small businesses thrive, the economy booms. And this is a very critical time too, with this active summit that is going on there seems to be a plethora of opportunities being opened up in Africa for us. Right. I was just talking with Myrna Julian about businesses that can be derived from waste management and disposal and recycling and so forth. So GDB is playing a pivotal role in supporting the initiation of such businesses and ventures and watch them bloom into fruition. So I mean, GDB, you all need, not all the time all you guys get the kudos that you all need, but you all really, I mean, if people really look at what GDB has done over the years, over the last 60 years, it's really commendable. Sometimes you all don't blow the horn and the trumpet loud enough.
No,
now you're doing an excellent job. But I would like to see you not only because you're beautiful, but I'd like to see you by me a little more often.
All
every
right.
now and then just come and say, well, we are doing this and we are starting this project there with a group of people, and so that when I come back to the GDB and say, listen, I'm gonna get into ham and bacon and this sort of thing production, I mean, I'll get a little by.
All right. So, I mean, I will indeed be back. Thank you for the invitation. I hope you don't get tired of seeing my face, but I'll be back. And as you mentioned, Active. We have a booth down at Active. I was there yesterday at the Radisson, and it was a pleasure to meet with and speak with Grenadians living here and also in the diaspora who came just for Active, and they were asking about opportunities that they can get through the GDB. Presently, as the GDB is set up as it relates to our legislation, we do business with Grenadians or Grenadian citizens, but it was still a pleasure to meet persons who were living in Africa doing business, and they were also interested in the work of the GDB. So I spoke with them, let them know what we're all about and who we serve, and they were still very happy to note what we do. So again, we will be putting things in place. We have started. We've been to Petite Martinique. We've been to Carriacou twice for the year. We have been to Guave. We have been to Victoria, and we will go all around the island. So the next stop is St. Patrick's. So I'll be back to talk about our St. Patrick's outreach, where we will be, where persons can come to engage us. We are looking at setting up outreach offices in the outer parishes. We will be coming around to St. Andrews. We have to be in St. David's. We were a part of the St. David's Parliamentary Office financial clinics. There were 3, and we were present, but we still want to go back to St. David's to engage persons. And when we go out into the communities, it is a pleasure to engage with persons, and one or two would say, oh, I didn't realize that GDB had so much. We have loans for small businesses, loans for business growth to go from small, medium to large. We have mortgage programs. We have renewable energy financing, and also education loans. We fund transportation that is connected to businesses. We fund tourism, agriculture. So there's so much that we do, so much to share. We will continue sharing and encouraging people to come forward to get the funding, get the technical assistance. And it has been a pleasure so far in my work at the GDB, and we will continue the service to the people of Grenada, Carriacou, and Petite Martinique. Looking forward to 60 more years and beyond. And again, I'm encouraging everyone to come out to the GDB 60 Expo this Thursday. That's the 31st of July, 9 to 5 at the Esplanade Mall Courtyard. Come and see the fruits of our labor at the GDB, the businesses that we have funded over the years, and walk through the booths and take advantage of some special offers.
And just to wrap up, GDB has been, being on par with the time. I mean, we thought that GDB was all about providing loans for people doing agriculture, tourism, and so forth. But we're also involved now in that evolving industry, the creatives.
Yes.
This is awesome. But that's for another story.
That's for another time. But quickly, yes, we have partnered with the Government of Grenada and the Grenada Office of Creative Affairs for the Creative and Cultural Industries Business Development Fund. As part of it, we have a loan, we have a grant, and we have a voucher, and it's all geared at giving opportunities to persons within the creative sector, which was informal at first. The opportunities were hard to come by, but this program has formalized those opportunities, and we've been seeing many persons in the creative sector formalizing their businesses, registering, and coming to get the assistance to improve what they've been doing. So we're really, really, really happy for that.
Ria, thank you very much for sharing with us. See you at the Esplanade Mall on Thursday.
Yes, you'll be passing by.
I am passing by when I reach. I'm not moving. I'm not passing. I'm staying.
So what will you be bringing? What will you have on display?
I may just... I don't know. I'll think about it.
You'll think about it. Do you have something planted that's ready for harvest?
No, I'm not into the planting.
Or you want to pass by with your rendition for this year? Give us a little taste?
Well, obviously, of course. Why not?
All right.
Definitely.
So look out for Innocent, okay?
Yes. Have some respect and come and listen.
All right. I look forward to that.
Ria, it's always a pleasure, and bring back all the love and affection from us here at the GBN to the management and staff, the board of directors, everybody involved with the GDB. Continue doing what you're doing. Grenada depends on it.
Thank you, and we will continue doing what we do, and we hope to see everyone this Thursday at the Esplanade Mall Courtyard, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. for the GDB 60 Expo. Have a wonderful day.
Folks, that's the conversation this morning. You heard it there from Rhea Murray, communications consultant at the GDB, and all roads lead to the Esplanade Mall Courtyard from 9 o'clock?
From 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock on Thursday, the day before the holiday, so you can have a whole day of, well, an extended day of fun. What time it ends?
We end at 5.
All right. Well, might just go a little later. It's not far. Just cross the street and you're home. So.
Oh, all right. That's true.
Yeah, so. Folks,
We'll be there.
That's it for the conversation. The BBC is up next.